still celebrating the return of regular season football, and we're away in week 2. Short kick here, fielded at the 15. A big hit there. He's not even going to make it back to the 20. Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. And they're going to go ahead and let the play stand as it happens. They decline the penalty. And that penalty is going to go ahead and put them right back where they started. It's 1st and 10 again. The give now to Benson. And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just 1.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And oh, he drops the deep shot. A big play to start the game, but it slips through, incomplete.
Man, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, you can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. It just can't happen. But you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Go!
Pass play now. Forced out to his right. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Every defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3-and-out to begin a ball game. But to send him off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing him up with a sack, well, that's the cherry on top of that 3-and-out.
Well, best of luck here. It's 4th and a considerable distance.
Trap 60, trap 60. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Ready?
He'll throw it from his own end zone. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on 4th down.
Kate, I don't know what the punter did to hurt people's feelings, because I think the reasoning was pretty clear. They were going to go for it. There was not going to be a punter that touched the field. Not an advisable mindset now as they turn it over in their end of the field.
Is in. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
On now is Cook to kick this away. Short kick gathered in at the 15. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Mustang 19.
They'll come out throwing. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. And this is a huge loss on the play.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
Panther 60. Panther. Here we go. Here we go.
Another try following the sack. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
3rd and long for him here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Seahawks bring it out the punt team. And his first effort, a tough one. It's going to come from the back of his own end zone. He gets it out of there, and this has some distance. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Broncos will be loving their field position they have to begin this drive. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He sends this one to the end zone. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Let's go. Dragon 60.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Throwing from the gun. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle.
With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, can't let the coverage off the hook with the drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th.
Set.
Back to throw, needing a first. He connects downfield on 4th. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Still sticking with the passing game. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. One alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
And he'll score. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos take a 13-0 lead. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Now we'll see them try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos drive out to an early 14-0 lead. On now is Cook to kick this away. Fielded at the 14. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's out to the 38. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. Into heavy coverage, and that's intercepted. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. Another score here in this first quarter, Brock, as they continue dominating in this opening frame.
You know what I love here, Kate? This defense is seizing on a sputtering opponent, and they're actively trying not just to defend the lead, but to add to it.
That one splits the uprights. And the Broncos push their lead to 21-zip already. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Return starts at the 9. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Go! Set, go!
And off to Benson to start the drive. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches.
Shut up!
Benson once more. And his short game gets them a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Go!
Back now, pressure on its way. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Diving, it looks close. They say he caught it. They'll get 18 yards there. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
79 Broncos! Ready! Ready!
Throwing now from the gun. They'll just throw it away, but here comes the flag. There was nobody in the neighborhood of that one. No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems like a pretty cut and dry intentional grounding to me.
Seems like you want to be an official someday, Kate.
Maybe, maybe.
Yeah, because you nailed that one.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal! Hut!
Here we go, 2nd and very long. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. Had the window to go deep, Just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Let's go.
Here he is on third and long. Finds him over the middle. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
70 Lions. 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready.
Back to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10.
19 Lions.
They are throwing it again. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
That's the end of one, and yikes, things looking a little out of hand already. 21-0 our score. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. About set for the second quarter. Seahawks football here. They'll have second down as they look to continue this good drive. From the 31. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense in the hurry up here. Throwing on third and long. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
Need a conversion. They're throwing for it. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Back to the line they go. It's second down.
Set. Buffalo 18.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Here's 2nd and 11. His running back hauls it in deep right. And he's in for the big play touchdown. Oh, Brock, but there it is. Back down the field, we've got a flag, and I don't think this is going to count.
Okay, ready?
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
Right there, right there. Hurt. Tight. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Riggs, Riggs. 18 Raptor, 18 Raptor. Hunt.
Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Buys time, rolling right. Now he's going deep right. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Shotgun now on third down. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. Just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Gets this one away from a tough spot, backed up inside the end. Struggling to center it. Oh, it's loose. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Has a man. It's Brown. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 42. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he works this to the 38 before going down. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
And they take him down right along the 30.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
And the Seahawks adding an extra DB here. 3rd down coming. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
There was a theory some years ago, Kate, that you would never run play action on 3rd and extra long like this because that play action is really not going to affect the defense. But what you got to understand is many times you're running that play action because of the great protection. You're actually trying to give that quarterback an extra beat. Well, it didn't work out that time.
Fourth and forever coming up. Throwing from the gun here. He's on the move. And it falls incomplete. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs.
Sometimes a quarterback gets so focused on coverage down the field, you lose sight of those linemen right in front of you. On that occasion, he throws it right to the D lineman. Easy to get the paw up and swat away a potential 1st down.
Short pass caught by his tight end. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Track. Let's stay 19. Track 60.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Touchdown, Seattle! Matthew Wright for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Seahawks get it back to a 14-point game. Right, ready to send this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He stopped on the return at the 27.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll come out throwing. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped. Working quickly here. Man in motion here. Looking to throw on third. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs. They're set up at the 35 now.
79 Broncos. 19 tight. 19 Lions. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Buffalo 18. Go.
First and 10, they're going to throw. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
Leads to second and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Set. 18 Rattler. 8 Cup 19. Cup 19. Chap 60. Chap 60. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 18 Pioneer. Ready.
He'll look to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it.
Okay. Can I be honest with you? I'm just starting to feel bad for this quarterback and his family because he is just taking a beating before our eyes.
Mustang 19.
Third and long for him here. Makes the grab in bounds left side.
You've got to be cognizant of where the line to gain is. You can't run that route short, and you certainly can't throw it. That route's just not deep enough. Needed to extend it closer to the chains for a first down.
Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. Just 4 seconds left, Brock. Only time for one play. Man, it's going to be a field goal try. It's on the left hash, 46 yards out. Prater puts it through. There's a flag down, and if this is defensive, could give him a first down. So that one on the defense and declined, and that brings us to halftime. Let's head to Orlando for our halftime reports and Jonathan Coachman.
Matthew Wright set to kick off.
Right, ready to send this one away. Fielded at the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Ready up.
They're out and set, first and 10.
Unlock wide. Unlock. Yep.
Brown on the inside give. He's pushed straight ahead, nets maybe a yard at most. Tackle made by Miles Murphy. Empty the backfield and motion him out.
Back to 60.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
The Hogs dialing up the nickel D here, 3rd down. Back to throw now. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. They're going for this. On target to Musgrave. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs. New set of downs for him at the 38.
At the 60. At the 60. Warriors 70. Hut, hut.
They go play action on 1st. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks start the 2nd half with some needed points. Right on for the extra point. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they tag him for roughing the kicker, and now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll try and throw it here. He's got a man left. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Award that tackle to the effort of Leatu Latu.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Here's 2nd and 7. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. Left into a crowd, and intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time,
Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. And the Broncos are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Oh my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a 3rd in a row right here.
They get it right back. That's intercepted. And the Seahawks will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they throw an interception and give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions, and we're right back to where we were just a couple moments ago.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. And the Broncos are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for him.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
It's caught. Barner. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Award that tackle to the effort of Leatu Latu.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Let's go. Viking 18.
From the gun, a give to Brown. And he's brought down after getting this to the 17, into the red zone. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need one more now on third down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
He'll get this one to Brown. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his second touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. On now is Cook to kick this away. Returning it from the 16. Field flipping return as he brought it down on the opposite side of the 50.
Hey, listen, I get it. I'm as guilty as anyone. So hyper-focused on offense and defense, often forgetting it's special teams in a play like that can swing a game. What a great return now to start out on a short field, and you've got to believe all this offense is thinking is let's capitalize and find that end zone. You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
On the double.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Buffalo 18. Come on. Set. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Set go.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And they pick him off again. DJ Turner comes up with it.
Intercepted by the Broncos. They'll take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Come 19. Come 19.
Running back sent in motion.
Three. Trap 60. Go.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Barner with the grab. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Seahawks have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, kid. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense up to the line fast.
19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Hook.
Trying again following the sack. Snared by the running back. Oh, baby, he gets rocked and the ball is out. And the Broncos corral it. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a first down on second down. You're trying to create a manageable third down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. He's going to keep it this time. It's a pickup of 11. And the Broncos will have a first down. They're set up at the 35 now. And he's got a nice run. That reaches the 26. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. That's completed out to the right. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Working inside the red zone. Chased out to his right. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it'll be 2nd down. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he takes this one in for the Denver touchdown. The Broncos lengthen the lead at the end of the third. Well, Brock, you found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns, and that running back sees the open space, he sees the green grass, and he finishes it off with 6.
On now is Cook to kick this away. Short kick here, fielded at the 17. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Backfield is empty as they motion him outright. Flush down out to his left. Now he fires. That's grabbed inside the 30.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
7 Pirates, 7. Here we go, set. 79 Broncos. Tight. 19 tight. Go.
Looking for a throw here. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
Boy, this is really great defense to deny a big play and make them work for the touchdown. If they want to reach the end zone, they have to scrap and fight through them.
Throwing on 2nd and 10. Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Broncos are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Oh, Coach, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. He's dropping back to throw. Hauled in by Musgrave. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
On now is Cook to kick this away. Short kick here, fielded at the 15. This return makes it up to the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw, almost an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
18 Rattler.
He's gonna throw this one. On the move, headed right. And down he goes. The Broncos got there. And it's a sack as he heads out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, if you want to make the analytics folks really happy, just talk about how great play action is. Because the numbers would tell you it really doesn't matter down in distance. It can be highly effective even if you're not running the ball. But nothing the offense was going to do there was going to be effective. Tip your cap to the defense who makes the play.
Big gain downfield. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. Play action on 1st down. Has it downfield working the left. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
60 Mavericks. Let's go now.
From the red zone now. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks putting up points in a game decided. Trey Benson, the touchdown. Right there to tack on the point after. And the Seahawks make it an 18-point game. Right, ready to send this one away. This return starts at the 5. It's an excellent return, but he gets popped at the end of it.
Over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Putting a receiver in motion.
Hey, check that. Street.
Straight ahead, it's Brown. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
From the 37. Has a man, it's Brown. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense. You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Let's go.
And he's brought down for a loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
These fourth down runs, it's all about want to and will. Want to keep it conservative offensively, try to move it across, but that defense was having none of it. And now they get themselves off the field.
Panther 11. Take go.
They'll throw on first. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Broke through the tackle. And the Broncos are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
Connects on the crosser. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They got 24 yards on the play. And the Broncos will have a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Oh no, they get him yet again! And the Seahawks have it after forcing his fourth INT of the day. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. First and 10. That's low and bounces short of his man.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
79 Broncos. 19 tight. 19 tight. 19 Lions.
Another throw here on second down. Able to get it to Benson.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
A bit of desperation on this deep shot. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks parlay the interception into points. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Keeping it on the ground. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this two-point attempt fails. Right, ready to send this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. On a drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
On the handoff, this is Brown. Jukes out a one-stop. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And it's a really nice gain on the reverse. That call came at the perfect time. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Wow, they're gonna pass it here. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the Seahawks get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
This is a lonely place. And I don't know how many walking the planet have thrown 5 picks, but I'll raise my hand. I did it in an Apple Cup. And it is a lonely, humbling feeling. Everything that could go wrong, well, it's gone wrong for this quarterback today, and I hope that's the last time we see him throw a pass in this one. They don't complete a high percentage of these, but even the incomplete deep shots serve a purpose. It keeps the defense honest, knowing if they overcommit close, they could get burned.
2nd and 10 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're 1st and 3. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Ready? Trap 60, trap 60. 60 Mavericks, 60 Mavericks. 18, Pioneer. Go.
Here he is to throw. Trying to push it deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he is in for the touchdown. Still unlikely, Brock, but it's not entirely over just yet with this score. Right on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks trim the deficit down to 5. So with hardly any game left, they have time for this kick and maybe a couple plays. And the kick is recovered by that Broncos hands team. Well done by them, and that should put the finishing touch on this victory. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Brown on the carry. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on 1st down. Down to a knee, and we're going to see if that defense chooses to expend one of its final 2 timeouts.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So the Broncos ride out of here with a win on the road. And with the start they had in that 1st quarter, Brock, it is no surprise to see them come away with a victory at the end. They really did all they could to put this out of reach early. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Seattle.